A lot of new player money-making guides on YouTube have methods that take players into dangerous red and black zones. While this is the best way to make money, as Albion's based around risk versus reward, when I was a new player I didn't really feel comfortable doing this, as I was scared of losing all my stuff. And I think that other players sort of feel the same way. So I thought I'd share my method of early on money making, where you don't even have to leave the city. It's nice and safe. And this is upgrading items from tier 4 to 4.1. So in order to upgrade items like this, you need two things. First is a flat 4 piece of equipment. Any equipment will work. And second are tier 4 runes. And depending on which item you choose, you'll need a different amount of runes. And I'll put the amounts on screen here, along with their average costs, which I calculated at 45 silver per rune, as that's been the average for quite a long time now. So for shoes, helmets, offhands, and capes, you'll need 48 runes, which comes to around 2.2k. For bags and chests, you'll need 96 runes, which comes to around 4.4k. One-handed weapons are 144 runes, or 6.5k, and two-handed weapons are 192 runes, or around 8.7k. So I would suggest to keep these numbers handy while you're doing this method, especially the costs of the items, so you can quickly refer to them, maybe have them on a second monitor or your phone or something, so you know when you're making a profit and when you should move on to a different item. Now, moving on to actually doing this method, I think break it down into 3 easy steps. Okay, so the first one is to acquire your runes. So I'm gonna go to the marketplace here and I search it for runes. I'm looking for tier 4 adepts runes. So right now you can buy them on the marketplace for actually 43 silver each, which is nice and cheap. It's a little bit cheaper than normal, but usually they'll be somewhere around like 45-ish. There's sometimes be more, sometimes be a little bit less. But if you want to get them a little bit cheaper, and I would suggest doing this as you're going to be buying a lot of these runes, if you're going to do this method a lot, is going down to buy orders here and setting up a buy order for runes, because you can generally get them a little bit cheaper here. You can see if I, the highest buy order right now is for 42 silver. If I just put them for 43, I'll be able to buy all of these, and then any more people sell directly to the market. So I'm just going to set a quick buy order here for, let's say, 96 runes, so I can either do like 2 offhands or 1 bag or something like that, and create a buy order. And they're going to go into this little tab in the bottom here until I'm ready with them. So that's the first step done. I got my runes. I got 96 of them, which cost me around 4k. So now I have to look for the items, which is the second step. So finding an item that is worth enchanting. Now the nice thing about this method is that you don't really need to know very much about the market about this or have very much money. This is really easy because almost every single item will have some sort of profit margin. But when looking for items, I think there are 2 main strategies you can look for. The first strategy is looking for items that sell really quickly and buy really quickly. These will have lower profit margins, but you can go through them really quickly. And the second method is to go for items that are more rare, like artifact items that will have higher profit margins, but won't sell and buy quite as quickly. So let's do the first method here for a second. So an item that flows through the market pretty fast, for example, is like Hunter Hood. It's a very meta right now. So I'm going to search up for Hunter Hood. And you can see flat 4 Hunter Hoods right now are just under 2k. Now remember, hoods are in the first category there, so they only take 48 runes to enchant, which is around 2.2k. If I take the cost of this Hunter Hood here and I add 2.2k to it, I'm getting just over 4k. So I'm going to round up actually all the way to 4.5k just for simplicity's sake, to add some tax in there as well. So I'm going to keep that number of 4.5k in my head, and then I'm going to go and search for 4.1 Hunter Hoods and see if they're above 4.5k. And I can see here that they're just under 6k. This gives me around 1.5k profit margin if I upgrade a Hunter Hood. So I'm going to go and I'm going to buy a Hunter Hood here. And then I'm going to collect some of my runes here. I'm just going to take all of them. So only have to use half of them. And now we move on to the third step as we've collected both the things we need. So the third step is going to the Artifact Foundry. Now these can be found in any town, including Caerleon. And if you open up your map here, there are these little weird symbol things, kind of a small symbol there called the Artifact Foundry. So you're going to make your way over to there. There will be a tab in the Artifact Foundry for enchanting items. This is kind of what it looks like on the map here. I'm going to click it. Third tab down here is enchant. I'm going to drag over my Hunter Hood. You can see it requires 48 runes. I have 96 of them right now. Costs no silver or anything else. I just hit enchant. There's a small animation, and I have a 4.1 Hunter Hood. So now I can just go back quickly to the market and sell it for a 1.5k profit. Now this isn't a whole lot of money, but since this is a fairly common item, you can do it very quickly, and I could have even done like 10 at a time or something, and made like 15k. So I'm just going to sell it. I'm just going to put it right under this one. This sells for around 5.8k for me. So I made around 1.5k profit. Nice and easy. Simple like that. So the second method, or second strategy I talked about, was going for some more rare items, make some artifact ones. So for example, I'm just going to look up maybe Leering Canes here. I know they're not super popular. Okay, there's no tier 4s on the market, so I'm going to go for something else. How about like a Fiend Cowl? The Fiend Cowls cost 21k. If I add 2.2k for the runes, as these are also require 48 runes, and I spent around 2.2k on these. So total, that would be around 23.5k if we round up. So as long as I go to 4.1 here, or above 23.5k, I'll make a profit. And you can see they're 32k here. So these are a much bigger profit than the Hunter Hoods. This one's almost 8k or something around those lines. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to buy one for 21k. I already have the runes. I spent around 2k on here. Exact same thing. Go to the Artifact Foundry and enchant it. Now you can see I can sell it for a nice easy 31k. And you can see here, if you look down here, you see they don't sell quite as often as the Hunter Hoods do. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I wouldn't suggest doing like 10 of these at a time like you could with Hunter Hoods. But you know, one-offs of this, so you'll make much larger profit margins. You just won't be able to do them quite as often. And you can do this with pretty much any item in the market. Nice and easy. So that's it. Really easy, really quick money-making method. I think this is one of the greatest money-making methods for getting your starting cash. It's probably not the best like hardcore grind to do for your premium, because you don't make any account progression while you're doing this. I would suggest something like along the lines of doing solo dungeons or gathering instead, but this can be a really good way to get you a nice chunk of starting change to do some of those more dangerous methods and have a nice like fallback sort of 500k so you can pay for 10 or so sets if you go into the Black Zone, for example, do some solo dungeons. But this method is really great because it's completely safe. You don't like have to go out or anything. You just stay in the town. It will always be profitable. People are really lazy. They're not going to enchant their own gear. So every single town you can do this in, every single item has a profit margin, almost every single item. So it's always going to be good. It's not going to run, like you're not going to be able to not do this strategy after a week. It's really easy as well. You don't need to know anything about the market. Almost every item has a profit margin, like I said, and it has like 0 requirements. You don't need any stat requirements. You barely need any money to start this. I mean, you could start this with like 5k and just do one item. Really nice and easy, no requirements. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this method, feel free to post a comment down below. I'll try to get to all of them. But that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a great day.